Okay, Lee, we have a lot of questions here, and we're running a little late, so we'll try and get to as many as we can. First question is here is probably the most important. How often do I get paid? When do I get paid, Lee? By Tina's asking.
What a surprise. Great question. Question I'd be asking, top of my list, I think, Mike. Well, the great thing is payments on two of the revenue streams are weekly. If you look at the fast start bonus for me, that's the important one. That's the one to get your money back very, very swiftly. That's paid weekly. The cutoff is Tuesday evening for that at 1:59 Pacific time. Sorry, 11:59. Let me correct that, Pacific time. And if obviously you've had people join prior to that time on a Tuesday, then you will be paid the following Friday that week. What I can say is we've already touched on payment processors. Depending on where you are in the world, depends on how that payment will come through to you, whether it's on a prepaid MasterCard. But you've got two of the revenue streams, weekly and two monthly.
Okay, next question here is from Robert. When can we get the app? Robert, that's an awesome question, probably on a lot of people's mind. For those who have the iPhone, you can now log in to join leafit, get into your back office, and it's actually downloadable through the iTunes store, but you go into your back office and it automatically connects, brands you to anyone you're bringing in yourself, to your sponsor, right through the iTunes store. For those of us like myself who have a Samsung, an Android, or a Windows-based phone, that is in the foreseeable future here, a couple months down the road. But what the company has decided to do is bring out a platform that anyone with the internet can connect to, whether it's a Android, a Windows-based, a Kindle, an iPad, or a Kindle phone, desktop, laptop, notepad. It don't really matter. So you'll be able to still use and post pictures and making money. And they expect that out early to late this fall, sometime around September, the desktop version, or kind of like the internet version, if you will. So you really won't need it. iPhone or Android will still be able to connect on it. Where there's an internet, you'll be able to connect.
Right, can I just come in on that point? I think it's really important just to emphasize something here, because I think it's a very, very relevant question. I'm sure there's a lot of people that, for example, like myself, I'm on an Android phone. Whatever you do, don't make the mistake to not get started because the app is not available for you on your phone. It's not about that. It's about actually getting this out. You can log into your back office on your computer, as I do. I'm not able to utilize, other than my beta testing, which I'm doing on the app at the moment on an iPad, but I'm not able to utilize the app on my phone. It's not about, it's actually getting that app shared for other people. I've got my brother, my daughter and my son-in-law, both are on iPhones, shared obviously the app with them. That's now going crazy with them and all the friends they've got. They've got hundreds of friends. So just please don't get into the thinking or the pattern of thinking where you don't happen to have the iPhone or an iOS device. You've just got to think outside the box and realize that thousands and thousands of people do, and you need to be sharing the app with them. Obviously, the next stage of the development will come along very shortly.
That's a great point, Lee. You don't want to wait for that Android to come out, because it is coming. So you want to get in because all of the buzz out there. So great point. Question from Rebecca. What is the cost? I understand you can get in free, but what is the cost to become a paid associate and earn all the forms of income that you have? Lee, you want to cover that one?
Yeah, very simply, to get in as a paid associate is $149. In the UK, that's less than £100 on the current conversion rate, exchange rate. That's a one-off lifetime membership, so you're not going to have to look at renewing that at any stage. And then there is a monthly subscription of $49, which contributes to the matrix payments that are going out. That is renewed every single month. What I can tell you is, as far as the payments are concerned, obviously your choice is, do you come in for free and just be able to use the IT app? Well, I wouldn't recommend you doing that at the moment, because what you're going to find very quickly is that you're going to talk to other people about the app. They're going to join. They'll pay their $149. or £99, and then you've just missed a $50 commission. Remember, you only need 3 people to join as a paid associate, and you've got that initial lifetime membership back. After that, you're in profit. And likewise, with the Matrix, once you've actually got your first 2 levels full, that's 3 on the first level and 9 on the second, you're in profit with that on a monthly basis. So hopefully that's answered your question.
Right, and on what Lee is talking about as well, you get the 4-way streams of revenue you can make with the becoming a paid associate, but the company also offers a wealth of tools and systems, an online certification course that certifies you as a social marketer, that you can actually, it's a certification course that a lot of outside universities and other organizations are selling for a couple $1,000s. There's a lot you get for, besides the 4 streams of revenue that we haven't even touched on, but you can see that in your back office for that monthly payment of $49. I got a question here from Bennett. Do I have to join your team to get these tools and benefits that the team offers, or can I just use them? Lee, I'm going to let you talk on that one because you put a lot of time into, and we've done a lot of work on this for our team. That's what gives us, I feel, a huge advantage. But I'll let you give the politically correct answer.
Yeah, thanks. I don't think there is a politically correct. Let me keep it simple. Yes, you have to be part of our team, and no, you can't have the tools if you're not. The company are developing and bringing out over a period of time, because they've got a massive workload on, various tools. But I have to say, without blowing our own trumpet, we're ahead of the game. The technology that you're looking at this very moment, this webinar platform, and we're going to be talking to you about a gift shortly. But the webinar platform here alone is extraordinary. To be able to have this fully coded, that we pass to our team members, which simply means you've got your own link to be able to give to people. You don't even have to talk to people anymore, and allow this platform to do the talking for you is excellent. And you then combine that with some of the other tools, including the sales funnel. The bottom line, guys, is that we have built a team here that we want to separate ourselves from everybody else, and we want to make sure that everybody, and I repeat, everybody in this team does extremely well in leafit. And the only way we can do that is to share these tools and make sure everybody is doing the same things and therefore getting similar results. So yeah, I'm sorry if you're not in our team. You really wish you should be. You could ask head office to move you. They won't, but you could ask. Yeah, these tools that we're talking about here today are for the leafit Superstars team only.
Right. So if you haven't joined yet, you definitely want to. Actually, it brings up a great point, Lee. Right now, there is a button below where we're speaking here, and you can join right now, and this will take you into your leafit back office. If you just click the button below right here, that'll tie you to the person that invited you here today, and you can go ahead and move forward for that $149 one-time lifetime. And then it's $49 a month. So if you're ready to get started, and I see a lot of people in chat saying, how do I get going? Just click the button right now, and you can get going one time, $149, and then on the second month, you'll have a $49 a month payment. So, Lee, I got a couple more questions here. Joanne is saying she lives in Madagascar. Can she join? Joanne, absolutely. Actually, leafit is a global company. They are based in the U.S., but they are in, right now, last time I heard, it was 125, 130 countries. Our team that I'm aware of is rather large. We have at least 30 countries from Czechoslovakia, Hungary, France, Spain, UK, Canada, the Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, New Guinea, Puerto Rico, Brazil. Anywhere there's social media. We even had a group joined kind of en masse yesterday from China. So if they have the internet and use social media, you can come on board with leafit. Another question here from Matthew. Says he works a job and a half. And will he have time to be able to do this and work part-time, Lee? Why don't you take that one?
Yeah, I mean, the reason that we've developed the tools that we have, the webinar that you're seeing here and the sales funnel, which it does all the talking for you. So I don't want to labor the point, but it's a great question that Matthew's asked, because a lot of people are in a similar situation where they're working during the day, very limited in the amount of time that they've got available to develop a business. Well, what we've tried to do here is create something on autopilot. So rather than you having to go out of your way and talk to a lot of people, you can simply, send them a link, text message. Everybody's got cell phones or mobile phones. People have got Skype accounts and Facebook accounts and Twitter accounts. We find time in our lunch hour just to send a few messages out on that. That's all you need to do. A very simple phrase like that, where do you use Facebook, or a new app that now allows you to get paid for posting on Facebook? Click here and take a look. It's not a big spiel, and all you want to do is send people to here or to the sales funnel that we've developed. So I don't think, in answer to your question, Matthew, there's ever been a business that I've seen, either on or offline, that needs so little time dedicating to it. However, let me say, we have got people committed that are retired or have time freedom that are spending 8, 9, 10 hours helping their team grow, and that's tremendous. But you don't need that in order to make a huge success within leafit.
That kind of works into our next question from Maria, is asking, she's not a big social media user. Can she still do this? I'll take that one. Maria, absolutely. And I'll just refer to my mom. She thought if she moved the mouse too fast, it would explode when she first got on the computer. She was petrified that something was going to melt down the computer. And she uses Facebook. I think she tapped out at 39 friends, and she was just ecstatic that she actually had 39 friends. So she's not a big social media. But she has her grandson, my nephew, on there, and he's going to college, and he has 829 friends. So you don't have to be a big social user. You can tap into a few friends who have hundreds of friends who have hundreds of friends. So it really doesn't matter. You don't have to be a socialite or a big Twitter user or a big Facebook user. You just have to know a few people who know a few people who know a lot of people. And Lee, you want to tap on that, because I know you got some people the same boat.
Yeah, I think, the point you've made there is great, in that it's the younger generation, and it's probably, when you look at the statistics we've talked about earlier on, nearly 100% of them, nearly all of them, 18 to 24-year-olds use social media. So if ever there's a market that you want to tap into, it's that, because they've got hundreds and hundreds of friends, every one of them. They friend everybody. It's the form of communication they have. I'm not saying I like it, but that's the way it is. And of course, would you want to get somebody that you share this opportunity with and give them the application who's got 5 friends, or somebody that's got 1,005 friends? Well, I know which I prefer. So it's not about you, whether you're a social media user. It's about people that you happen to know or can contact to tell them, because I tell you, when you show them this application, those youngsters, those guys, or people that use social media all the time will bite your hand off for this.
Right. That's a great point. Jose has a question here. He doesn't own an iPhone or Android. He has a 19th century flip phone. Can he still use this social network? Can he still do that? Lee, why don't you take that one?
Yeah, flip phone. Yeah, well, maybe he grew up on the SS Enterprise. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, again, I think we've probably covered this. At the moment, you can't download the app on that phone. I can't download the app on my phone, and my phone's probably only a couple of months old. It's an Android, so we're all in the same boat. So don't be alarmed by that. But what you can do is you can very, very easily, through business cards, through flyers, through text messages, through private messaging on Facebook, through Twitter, through email, through Skype, you name it. You can just send these little feeder messages out to people with your own link to bring them back here. Simple one-line phrase. I don't want to keep going over the same thing because we've talked about that, but you don't need to necessarily be using the app yourself, though I'm sure and I appreciate it would be nice to do so. But there are many, many things developed. Facebook are developing a program at the moment that they've had nearly 6 months, and it's been launched, that is just in the iOS format at the moment. It's not available on Android because they want to tweak it and they want to change it. And of course, until you make those changes, you don't want to roll it out on all the platforms and then have to wind them all back in and upgrade them all. So most companies do exactly this. It's not unusual. But yes, do get on board. Don't think and don't get into that mindset that because you can't use this app, you can't make a lot of money in leafit, because that fundamentally is very wrong.
Very well said. Catherine has a question. She says she's been in a few work from home opportunities and she hasn't done very well. She says she's had trouble recruiting people. Catherine, I'll touch on this and I'll let Lee, because he has a pretty unique perspective on this. Catherine, I understand what you're saying here. As a general consensus, we hate selling our friends. We simply, whether it's a juice, a lotion, a potion, a gadget, a widget, a tool, we hate trying to sell our friends something that, quite honestly, they probably don't need, and they know they don't need it, but they try buying it from you, or they run from you when they see you coming the fourth or fifth time. But here with the social network, last week they were posting on Facebook. They were tweeting. They were pinning on Pinterest. Now they can do the same thing and get paid. And sharing with them what you're doing here. And with our team's tools and systems, the 21-day blueprint, the Facebook group, the special gift that Lee is going to be covering here very shortly, and all the systems we have in place on top of the company's elaborate systems, this is not recruiting. And I know this is hard for some people to understand, but this is honestly, look what, do you use Facebook? I think Lee used this phrase, do you use Facebook? Yes, I do. Do you post pictures? Yeah. Would you like to get paid for doing that now? And it's as simple as that. And we have some really elaborate tool systems that even helps automate that process for you. So now all you have to do is invite people to check something out, Lee.
Yeah, I think, my take on it really is that I understand exactly the point that's been made about recruiting people, and it's very uncomfortable for some people. But let me tell you, the whole of the compensation plan that leafit have structured, that we've been through here today, is based around you finding up to 5 people. Now, you can find 105 if you want to, but you can see that they're not looking for you to pull in 50, 500 people. They're just asking really for you to bring in 5 for you to maximize the plan. Now, after that, it's down to you. And I know, I've got probably 35 personals over a period of time. Now, it'll naturally, what you're going to find now the app is out, is that it'll self-perpetuate. What's going to happen? This is the first time ever, and you need to understand this, probably the first time ever, that you've got a global market of 2 billion people. 2 billion people that want to be able to post what they do. They do it every day. They do it for free, but the only people that make money are the social media platforms. Now, that's all changed. You're now going to be in a position where you can ask them that question that Mike's just, do you use Facebook? Do you use Twitter? Would you like to get paid now for doing it? Here's a new app. Oh, and by the way, it's free. You're not trying to sell them anything. You're actually just doing them a favor. You're giving them a link so they can download something for free that will pay them for what they do at the moment for free anyway. So it's a no-brainer. This isn't a sell. This is just, hey, just take a look at this. They'll download it on their own, and then you're going to realize very quickly that they're going to know as much about the business side of the compensation plan as you do, and they will join. So if you are not in that position, if you've not secured your spot in the matrix, you've not paid your life membership of $149, you run the risk of that person joining and you not receiving any benefit from that. So this isn't the hard sell. This is just simply a show and tell. Give them a link, let them look, they'll decide for themselves, and I promise you, looking at the rate of people getting on board at the moment, 99% of people that will take a look at this will download the app for free.
And Lee brings up a great point, folks. If you're ready to go forward so you can earn these 4 streams of income, the button right below here is going to be going away in a few minutes as we're coming down, winding down with the questions. We want to get to the free gift Lee was talking about and a couple other important things, so stay with us. We're almost done here. But the button below will take you into the person invited you right now. Now, this system that you're witnessing right now, seeing, is exclusive to our team. Nobody has this. We spent a lot of time coding and designing this. So if you're ready to get moving forward with the 149, click the button below here. Joyce has a question here. She says she might have missed it, but where is the company located? Joyce, that's a good question, and we did cover that, but I'd be happy to answer that for you. They are out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, up near Spokane, Washington, up in the little corner. They are a U.S.-based company with all the protections and governance like the FTC and SEC provides for those people, even outside the U.S., and that's an important factor when you're looking at these. We got time for one more question, Lee, then we're going to have to move on here. We have something from... it's Anita, and it is. She is saying she read or heard somewhere here in the last week that leafit was or is on TV. Can you elaborate on that, Lee?
Yeah, the word is starting to get out in the media. I'm based over here in California. The plan for the marketing for leafit is that being a US-based company, they're going to start the rollout from a point of view of media here in the States. I can confirm that both Bloomberg and Fox News have recorded shows with Lawrence Sal to coincide with the launch and the rollout of the app. Those will be going to air very shortly. And what I just want to say on that, and what I can tell you is that as those go out, and I think those two shows or channels were picked for very specific reasons when you see the programs themselves. But when they go out, the rest of the media obviously are then going to be fully briefed and aware. And at that point, this is where this thing is well, it's already exploding, but it's going to go into a completely different level. So whatever you do, don't allow yourself to not get into the matrix and secure your position and then have all those hundreds of thousands of people. And you think I'm exaggerating, let me just touch on an application that was launched here in the States via a TV show around about 2 months ago. And it was just simply an app for an iPhone to enable your iPhone to rotate and take a photograph. That was it. You put it on a coffee table.
I remember hearing about that, yeah.
Did you hear about it? Yeah. Well, I can tell you that in an hour of that program going out, there were over 140,000 downloads of the app just from that one show going out. And after that, it just went viral. It went absolutely nuts. And that was just a simple app for an iPhone, not for any other phone, to allow your phone to rotate on a coffee table and take photographs as it rotated. Very cool, but that didn't make you money. In fact, it actually cost you money to buy the app in the first place. Can you imagine what is going to happen when this hits the media full-time all over the world? That now, and it's exclusive to leafit. Nobody else in the world can do this because of the patents that are pending. That people can now make money by posting pictures on Facebook. I'll leave you to be the judge of that, but you need to make sure you're in and you're locked in. And it might be a good time now for those that, for whatever reason, can't pay the $149 or £99 now. Don't do nothing. That's probably bad English. Don't sit there and don't do anything. Get registered for free. Join as a free affiliate if that's all you can do and upgrade later. Mike, tell them how they can do that.
Right. You just noticed a color in the change of the button down below now says get started for free. For those who could not take advantage or were not in a position financially, we understand sometimes it's just not possible for whatever reason, but you don't want to miss this. You want to get in there. You want to look around, whatever the case may be. You'll see a button right now, get your free account. Go down below, click that button if you hadn't already done the 149. If you had, you don't need to create your free account, but if you still haven't created a 149, get in now for free. This will take you again right into the person that invited you here, and you'll be able to start your free account. It's like buying a house, Lee, and the real estate agent says, you know what, I'll let you move in for a few weeks to see how you like the house. Unheard of, but you can get in there now, and you can actually make money from the posting pictures, and you'll see the viral nature of this, the explosive growth. So at least go in right now and get your free account going. Lee, that's why it only makes sense. You have nothing to lose, and I think a whole lot to gain. So click that free account. Lee?
Yeah, I think the very least you're doing, you can get the application, you can try it yourself, you can share it with maybe 3 or 4 other people and ask their opinion. And I promise you, once you've got their opinion back, you'll soon be trying to find the money to get yourself secure, because they now know about it. They realize what's going on. They're going to take a look at, and they get it. They use it. They do social media. They see the value in that app, and they will join. And if you're not already above them, then of course you're going to lose out on that. So I'm not trying to make you feel bad at all. That's not the intention. Just really want you to realize what you've got in your hands here. I've never seen anything like this, and I've been in a number of very successful businesses, both on and offline previously, and this is a watertight opportunity to give something away free that most people around the world use already daily, and just then allow them to decide for themselves as to whether or not they'd like a bigger part of the business.
Right. So click the button below and at least create your account for free. Well, we're about wrapping it up here, but we wanted to touch on the last major thing that we promised you at the beginning here, and that's that free gift that we talked about. And I'll turn back over to my friend Lee, because he has created this and spent a lot of time, energy, and resources to do this for everyone, and to be able to give this away for free. And the value here is just, when you see it, for those who've been around before and in other opportunities and looked at, you'll understand the tremendous value. Lee, I'll let you shine in the light here, brother.
Thanks, Mike. Well, the very platform that you see that you're looking at the moment, Mike's been extremely modest. He's put a massive amount of work into developing this over weeks and weeks and weeks. But to have a fully personally coded system, let me just in layman's terms explain what that is. That means that you will be given a unique link for this platform, and you can give that to anybody on a business card or email them your link. You don't need to talk to anybody at all if you don't wish to. They'll watch this very presentation and decide whether or not they want to click the button as you've just decided and join either as a paid associate or as a free associate. And you know, because it's your own personal code, they go straight into your business. You can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and not speak to a soul. Unheard of, absolutely unheard of. And the value of that, well, I would put that at $400, $500, $600. I don't think that even covers it, because I don't think you could do it. I've never seen this done in any business anywhere else. Now, that is going to be yours if you join and you're a part of the leafit Superstars group. We're going to give you that for free. So there's the first gift. The second gift is that we wanted you to be in a position of having a sales funnel, which is more of an instant way. It's a sales funnel, if you're not familiar with it, is a website which basically entices somebody to leave their name and contact details for you to follow up in an automated way thereafter. And you have what we call a capture page, your own mini website that's 5 or 6 pages long, and it has 21 pre-written emails, all with your own personal links back to this webinar and back to your leafit website, where they can join and pay to get started. Now, to build your own website to that extent, let's just take away the time that it takes. I can tell you will cost you probably $400, $500, $600. We've spent hours and hours preparing all the emails. It's fully automated again. Again, you'll have your own unique link that's coded to you, not to anybody else, and you can give that out, and people are sent directly to that website to learn all about it. When you see that in full flow, it's a very, very impressive system. And of course, the reason we call it a sales funnel is that they are put in a funnel and directed back to where you want them to go, which is ultimately to the here and to the leafit sign up page. And that may not happen instantly. It may be over a period of a month, where they're getting dripped on by an email from you every day. But you know what? You don't have to send anything, and again, you don't have to talk to anybody. Mike, I know you were eager to come in there.
Yeah, well, just writing the 20 emails and having that done, outsourcing as we call it, can cost you several hundred, $200-$300 in itself. That's not with all the other graphics work and programming work. So it's a tremendous value. But folks, I want to stress this. This is 100% exclusive to people in our team. If you're not a leafit associate yet, that's wonderful. Click the button below right now. Get your free account. Get going right now. If you happen to already be in leafit, sorry, nothing we can do about it. It is exclusive to our group. because you can see the time and energy and resource we have dedicated to helping everyone in our team succeed. So I just wanted to touch on that. Lee, why don't you close us out for this evening, because we are over the hour mark. We're quickly here approaching it. I've lost track of time, and we've kept people on here long enough. I think we've answered most of the questions, guys. If we missed your questions, our apologies. Get back with the person who invited you here. They'll be happy to answer any further questions. But I would wait before you just go ahead and click the button now, start the free account, get in. If you haven't done that yet, then reach out to them or come to our Facebook group and ask them more questions. You really have nothing to lose. So click the button now. We're going to be closing this down here. And Lee, why don't you give us some parting words of wisdom and what you see coming?
Well, what I see coming is what I see in my back office, and I see in my payments at the moment every single week. We get paid weekly, and I can tell you, and I assure you this is the case. I wish I'd be able to show you at the moment, but the payment I receive every week from the matrix alone is going up and up and up. It had a huge jump this week, and that's because the word is now getting out there, and it's just going to continue to grow in that direction. So my only words I can leave you with is that it costs you nothing to get started. You are able to get an app for free. You can suck it and see. As Mike said, it's like moving into a house and seeing whether you like the space or not before deciding whether or not you want to buy it. What I will also add to you is I think that the support that you've got in this particular team is the likes of which I've never seen before. Everybody wants to help everybody succeed. If we find something that's working really well to get lots of people to download the app, we're sharing it with everybody. We put it in the Facebook group. So if the big thing you're worried about is you don't know much about this and how to do it, I can promise you that's the last of your worries. The biggest decision you've got to make now is, do I get started? Do I start as a paid associate, or do I click the button below and get started for free? For goodness sake, do that. There is nothing to lose, and we look very much forward to helping you grow this, as all of us are enjoying at the moment, to something that is life-changing and can make a difference to both you and your family. Thanks very much for taking the time. I'm sorry we've run over. Thank you to Mike for all the time he's put in, and we look very much forward to welcoming you within the leafit business.